Hello and welcome, loyal viewers of the UKC and Lower Valley, tuning in to this week's edition of INTV's Team Action News. It is August 28th, 2014. I'm Jeffrey Jorgensen.
And I'm Regan Johnson, filling in for Nolan, who's doing some zombie thing.
The Z Nation. Nolan has other priorities as opposed to work, so he is down doing his second job, which is apparently more important than filming the news.
Well, I mean, if you had a choice between filming news and being a zombie, which one would you choose?
As of right now, we have more viewers on the news. Z Nation has 0 viewers on it, so at this point in time, I would choose the news, and for me, it's always work comes first, you know?
There you go. Fair enough. I like it.
Yeah, and he is down in Spokane, and if you'd like to be a part of Z Nation, go ahead, travel down to Spokane, and try your best. If you look like a zombie, which I'm sure you do, I do every morning, like Nolan definitely does, so he actually fits the part, so, I mean, more power to him. We'd like to start off today's news by asking some people out there, our viewers, what they would rather do: live underwater for 10 days or live in space.
Which one would you do?
I would definitely live in space. I don't like the confinement of water. Water scares me, and I don't know why anyone would choose to live underwater for 10 days as opposed to space.
I think I would.
You would live underwater as opposed to space. If you had a choice to go into space, would you take it?
Yeah.
You would do it?
Yeah. But I think I would first rather do the 10-day vacation underwater.
Why?
It's epic. It's underwater. Like, it's the ocean. There's so many sea creatures and things.
I would rather live in space. There's aliens.
Well, let's see what you guys had to say.
She's a big fan of mermaids. So if she had a choice between outer space and under the sea, I'm pretty sure, what would you say? Under the sea?
Under rather than outer space. I'm a Pisces. I love water, and I've never lived where I haven't been on or near the water.
If I had to spend 10 days underwater or in outer space, I would choose underwater, obviously because you got all the free sushi you want.
Underwater, probably. There's more things to see.
Wherever there's a mermaid, she'll be there. Unless there's mermaids in space and we don't know about it, what do you think they're called? Like astronauts?
Giant squid, yellowfin tuna, clams. So I'd be a happy camper.
Space. Zero gravity, I'd do backflips all day.
I would like to go under the sea for my 10-day vacation.
I would go outer space because it's cool and there's aliens.
Under the sea, because I get to sing with the Jamaican crab. Under the sea.
Exactly.
Yes. I'd probably choose under the sea too.
My 10-day vacation, either space or under the sea. It would be under the sea, figuring out what is wrong with the starfish and the dying of our beautiful starfish. And then, actually, I'd probably go out to Mars and go find Pluto and declare it a, why did I say Mars? I'd actually go out to space, there we go, not to Mars, but to space, find Pluto, and rediscover that planet. I butchered this one.
There you have it, the people's choice, choosing space.
I'm pretty sure most people chose water.
Yeah,
We'll just ignore that one.
I don't understand why they would choose water.
Moving on, we have the California's biggest earthquake since the 1989 earthquake, and my friend actually texted me in the early in the morning saying that she got woken up by this earthquake.
Very scary.
Yeah, it was a 6.0 and it did quite a bit of damage. Some buildings kind of crumbled, and definitely the Napa wineries have had it the hardest. They have a lot of damage, up to about $1 billion they're estimating.
Very, very sad. The grapes are ruined. No more good wine. If there's something that I'm not a fan of, it's earthquakes and wildfire. And I don't even know which would be worse. A 6.0, I remember the exact place that I was at the last time that we got an earthquake here in Washington, or at least the upper Kittitas County. And that was a pretty big earthquake. I want to say that was like no, it couldn't have been a 5. I don't know. I'm not very good on measuring the Richter scale.
Yeah.
But it was a pretty big earthquake, and it had an aftershock to follow. So our hearts and prayers go out to everyone who was affected by this earthquake, and hopefully the damage gets recovered quickly. A Mount Adams hiker was trapped up on the mountain for 15 hours. He suffered from broken ribs and broken bones, but luckily the man was found and helicoptered out.
And the reason why he wasn't helicoptered out, because it was such a huge storm that's why it took so
Okay.
long for them to get to him. That's why it took 15 hours, because there was such bad weather that no helicopters could get to him, and so they had to send rangers to hike out and find him and bring him back.
Very scary. This is why it is important to team up with a buddy when you go out hiking, or at least let someone know where you're going if you are hiking solo, because this does happen. And fortunately, this man was lucky enough to keep his life. So if you are an avid outdoorsman, be sure to let someone know where you're going at all times.
Next, check out this adorable video of this little boy singing the song by Miguel called Adorn, and he gets super into it, eyes closed, head moving. It's pretty cute. Check it out.
That boy has soul and passion.
All the way. I wish I had that much soul and passion doing his little head movement in the back seat. It's adorable.
I just wish I wasn't, I guess it's not monotone. I'm tone deaf. I'm a horrible singer and a horrible, musician, I guess, when it comes to instruments. I played the saxophone for about, 5 years, and probably the single worst saxophone player that ever stepped into Cleo and Roslyn High School.
It's okay. I always go with I'm musically challenged.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. That is a fantastic way to put it. The South Cleveland Ridge Fire is at 97% containment, and the Snag Canyon Fire is at 92% containment. The summer is winding down, and these fires are coming to an end. And thank you to everyone who's participated in putting these fires out. I couldn't do it. That is long days, hard hours, and a lot of work and a lot of money. So hopefully next year will be a little bit better and less fires. We can keep the heat, but the fires, this is getting crazy the last few years. Moving right along, we are going on to our quick tip, and I would like to thank all the viewers out there who are trying our quick tips. I've been getting positive feedback out in the field. A lot of people trying the egg trick, and they were successful on it, not like us. But at the same time, we appreciate you guys going out and trying it, and everyone actually watching the show. I'm blessed on how good of feedback that we have gotten off the show, and it really softens in my heart.
It's quite exciting to hear that people are trying out these quick tips. So if you guys have any good handy tips, cooking, cleaning, household stuff, let me know. Email me, call me up, and I'll put it on the show.
What is this week's quick tip?
This week's is, so you know how you always, if you open up, chocolate chips, or I have cheddar bunny snacks, goldfish things.
Very popular.
Yeah. If you open it up and you're like, man, I don't want to eat anymore, but I don't have a clip, or I can't seal it, but you have a water bottle hanging around, you basically cut the top of the water bottle. I don't know if you guys can see this, but
pull it off. There you go.
It's the top of a water bottle. You just cut it off. You take your top of your whatever food you got and you twist it. You just snap that on, just like so. And it's better if you have a wider top, because then you'll have a little opening and you can just continue to reseal it and pour out. But this one's tiny, so I can't. And then you just seal it. Take the top of that water bottle and you seal it, and it's reusable. Not only have you recycled a water bottle, but you've found a way to seal up your non-eaten snack.
Keeping your food fresh. A mason jar would work just as good.
But what if you didn't have a mason? Like, you just, like, were
What if you
at
didn't have a
school
water
one
bottle?
day?
Or what if you
water
had,
bottles are everywhere.
What if you had a water bottle and you had the food?
But no scissors?
Yeah, no scissors or no knife. Then you might be high and dry.
Fine, just shoot down my idea. I
No.
think it's cool.
It is. It's a good idea. I like it. I'm going to use it. That is a fact. The pig out is back, and we caught up with Chief Ferguson to let us know more.
I'm Scott Ferguson with the Cleolum Roslyn South Cleolum Police Department, and we're here today for our 8th annual, what we refer to as the Rock and Roll Pig Out. We started this 8 years ago. It was originally to be about kids and cops, an opportunity for the kids and the cops to kind of get to know each other on a informal basis. That's why we're not wearing uniforms. Kind of a cool thing's happened. It's kind of morphed into a community event, meaning we're starting to see a lot of older people, young adults, which is really cool. I really want to thank a lot of the sponsors throughout the community. I get a lot of support from the businesses. We've got about 200 prizes that we're giving away. Couldn't do it without the sponsors, without the supporters. So very appreciative of that.
What's the matter? I'm the hot dog guy. You don't like me? Tell him no.
Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Freeze! Everybody clap your hands. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. 6 hops this time. Right foot, let's stop. Do your dance, do your dance. Do your dance, do your dance. To the right, to the right, the right, the right. To the left, to the left, to the left, the left, the left. Now kick, now kick, now kick, now kick, now walk it by yourself. Walk it by yourself. And all my pasado, un pasado. Go beat the evil, John, and watch out there. It's all up here. Mommy on your shoes, Johnny. Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Open Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style. Open Gangnam Style.
Thank you, Chief Ferguson, for that amazing interview and putting on the pig out. I have to give some awesome props to that little boy dancing to the Gangnam Style, isn't that what it's called?
Gangnam Style.
Yeah, his song. He was feeling that song, so I have to give him props. Way to go.
Gangnam Style is one of my favorites.
Moving on to the Horseless Carriage. So they came into town, I think, last week through Roslyn.
The horseless carriage.
Horseless, isn't that what it...
You kind of mumbled it.
Whatever.
It's
kind
the
of a tongue twister.
Horseless Carriage Club, and just the name of it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, it's like those old carriages, like back in the day. Those
But
vintage...
it's horseless?
Yeah, that's what they used to call cars when they first, got motorized. Because it didn't need a horse. Does that make sense?
The cars don't need a... Oh,
Yeah.
so it's not an actual horse carriage?
No, but
It's
it looks
just
like one. That's what they used to call them back in the day.
So it's an actual car?
Yeah, but it's one of those old,
Alright.
very first vintage cars.
Gotcha. I was thinking it was like the horse carriages without the horse, so I just kind of figured it was kind of a weird club.
That's just what they called them before cars.
That's crazy.
The word cars was invented.
Yep, and before cars, it was usually those carriages were about 1 horsepower.
Anyways, let's check out that footage and that interview we got with one of the past presidents of that club.
I'm Howard Musoff, and I'm past president of the Horseless Carriage Club of America, and this is the KISS registry of the Horseless Carriage Club. It's a Keep It Simple Stupid tour, and we have no rules, no regulations. We just tell somebody we're going to meet somewhere. People show up that want to go. We tour for a few days, go someplace, do something, turn around and go home. And that's just no rules and no regulations. It's just fun. That's what it's all about. Today we went up to Coeur d'Alene Lake and wandered around the lake and hit some Forest Service roads, got on some good old dusty, dirty gravel roads, and then we came back. We're going to have lunch here, probably at the Brick. I guess that's where they were heading. And we're going to wander around Roslyn for the rest of the afternoon, and then one of our tour members has a summer home up on a lake just up north of here, so we're going to go up there for a barbecue tonight.
Thank you, Howard, for that interview. Sticking on the horse topic, we go to the Reined Cow Horse Show, where we got an interview with Leslie.
I'm Leslie Thurston. I'm the director of the Washington State Horse Park, and we have a Reined Cow Horse Show here this weekend. They've been back. This is their third year, and we're delighted. They love our footing. They love this arena. And so we're looking to actually make this maybe into a 3-day show next year. So everybody's having a great time. Yeah. Ground's riding great. Cows are performing well. So everybody seems to be having a good time.
This is Ginger.
Are you looking forward to competing after you get some lessons in?
I'm very much looking forward to it because I'm very excited to do it.
And how long have you been cow horsing?
Cow horse for 4 years. I have been here once before, this beautiful park. It's a great place for us to show, but it's my second time here. It's nice to have an experienced horse. My horse is 14 years old. She's done it since she was 3, so it is pretty tricky. You've got to have an athletic horse. It's fast and it's technical. It's very fun.
Well, it's reined cow horse, so what you see out here is a lot of reining work, reining the horse, different patterns. They have to do like compulsory exercises, different patterns, and they get judged on how well they execute that. And then they've got to work a cow in a certain pattern as well. They've got to get it to do certain things, and it's reining work.
Thank you, Leslie, for that interview. It definitely looked like fun, and I'm looking forward to the one next year. Moving on to Nibbles and Sips, put on by ARF, a fundraiser. I heard this went really well, and they made more money than they did last year. They had some new people come into town who joined the Sips and Nibbles event, and they said that from now on, whatever amount that ARF raises, up to $10,000, they would match.
Very cool.
It was quite exciting. We should check out this footage because it looked like a lot of fun.
I'm Lori with ARF Animal Rescue, and we're here at our second annual Nibbles and Sips over here at the Roslyn Candy Company. It's a wine and chocolate pairing. It's a fundraiser for us. We have hors d'oeuvres, and of course you're hearing Millie play.
I'm Alicia Schmedeke. I'm the owner of Roslyn Candy Company. You usually see me there along with my husband Otto, and we're both members of the ARF board, and enjoy doing as much as we can to help all the animals in need and people that need help with their animals. And
has it been successful in raising money for ARF?
It has. It's been, last year we did really well, and we're hoping to double it this year. And then we also have some new supporters, the Fosters, that are new to the area, and they are donating $10,000 in matching funds. So towards till the end of the year, for whatever we raise, they will match it up to $10,000.
Thank you for that interview, and if you'd like to donate to ARF, contact us here at Inland Networks at 649-2211, and we will put you in the right direction to be able to raise funds for that great cause. Many of you out there have known Norm Cook or knew him in the past, and unfortunately he passed away, but Suncadia is keeping the memory of Norm Cook alive by dedicating a gazebo off Firehose Lane in his honor.
Hi, I'm Pat Simpson. I'm the Director of Community Associations for Suncadia. This dedication ceremony is for Norm Cook. Norm Cook was a primary excavator of most of the home sites in Suncadia. Norm Cook unfortunately passed away 2 years ago, and the local contractors, building suppliers, and landscapers wanted to build something as a tribute to Norm, and this has just been completed. Well, the gazebo will be used for a variety of events. First of all, it's a wonderful shelter from the sun in this wonderful park where people gather. We're planning on having, like today, some music, jazz. We also have a classical music program. In the winter, we want people to gather after they've been cross-country skiing as a place to get warm, maybe sit down, tell stories, and have a good time. Not only is it a wonderful tribute to Norm, but it'll be an enduring monument in our park, and something that we will use all the time.
Norm Cook is not only known for his hard-working skills in the Upper Kittitas County and in Suncadia, but I will best remember Norm Cook for the amount of effort that he put into the Easton Parade and bringing all of his trucks in and taking up the majority of the Easton Parade and making the most noise that he could possibly make. But now his memory will live on forever with this gazebo. So if you have not yet seen it, be sure to go check it out. It is gorgeous, and Norm Cook, you are definitely missed here in the UKC. Helga Johnson has been starting some tiny libraries, and she is now up to 5.
Yeah, I started with one about 2.5 years ago, and it was so successful, and then I decided, well, I better get another depository. So I had another one built, and before I knew it, I needed another one, and then I have so many little children, they come around on their bicycle with their baskets, and so I decided I'd make a little school bus for a children's book, and then I have a little what do you call it, a little schoolhouse with a little bell on top, so those are the children's books. And people come and they take 2 books and they bring back 4 or 5 of them, which is wonderful. However, my space has really grown. So my son built me a great big shelf in the garage, so I just house all the books and try to rotate them, you know. When they come in, I clean them and see they're not torn and things like that, and then put my little free library sticker on it, and then put them out.
Thank you, Helga, for that interview, and thank you for all those tiny libraries in South Cleom. I'll have to make sure and check it out and see what books she's got over there. And now we have a really special event that's happening all through September at the 420 Loft Art Gallery in Ellensburg, and this is put on by David, and it's called The Celebration of Life and Loss, and it's all about suicide awareness and prevention.
Well, I'm David Story, and I live in Ronald, Washington, and I've been organizing an art show, a month-long art show in September at the 420 Loft and Gallery in Ellensburg, and proceeds are going towards suicide awareness, education, and prevention. So we have a really great show planned. It's every weekend in September. And we are having local food and drink and music. It's entitled Celebration of Life Amid Loss. So we're trying to make it an upbeat event. And we've got a lot of local people, a lot of really great music. And then we have some serious discussions about suicide risk factors and behaviors and what can be done. And we have I have CWU helping us with that on a couple nights. So that's kind of a little synopsis of what's going on. If you have any questions or would like to help in any way, my name again is David Story, and my email is dstoryjr@gmail.com. Feel free to email me. I'm just going to be involved in the community henceforth, and hoping, I've met a variety of really concerned and caring people in both Lower and Upper County, and Nolan, for example, with Inland, has offered this interview, and I really appreciate that. So we're just trying to do our best to kind of turn the tide around and help people that are really in need. I better introduce my dog here. This is Jax, a little cohort. So also it's nice, animals are really healing too. So our event is going to be animal friendly. So if you want to bring your animal down, they're more than welcome to come.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we're looking forward to seeing what you have for us in the future. This weekend is the biggest weekend of the summer. The summer is over. The kids are going to be back to school next week, and I am happy for that because I'm not the only one doing something that I don't want to do during the summer. Either way, I cannot believe it's come to an end. I am pretty much ready for winter, and this weekend has tons of festivities, and if you don't get out of your house, you are missing out. Kicking off today is the Kittitas County Fair, so be sure to go down to Ellensburg, check it out, all the awesome rides and fun events and good bands, good food. The food's the best, and obviously the great games, the Carney games.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. I've never been, so it'll be my first time, and I can't wait. Especially that extreme bowl riding.
Are you
thing.
going?
Yeah,
The finals.
I'm gonna be filming it, so I'm looking forward to it for sure.
It is pretty fun, especially if you've never done it before. But nothing beats the food, and really the carnies. The carnies, they're just good people to talk to. They're awesome.
I'll have to keep that in mind when I go.
Yep.
Then we have, on the 29th, we have the band Planes on Paper playing at the Roslyn Yard at 6:30.
And we have the Western Parade that's going to be taking place in Ellensburg on Saturday. My grandmother, the Queen, will be there getting escorted through the parade. And it's going to be a good time, so be sure to go down there and check that out as well.
Make sure you guys go to the British Isles Festival put on by the Heritage Club on the 30th. It will be held at the Stonehouse sometime in the evening, so make sure you check that out. Maybe a little bit of Irish dancing and, you know.
I believe it's called the Irish Jig.
I knew you were going to call me out on that one.
I believe it's called the Jig.
Should have said it, yeah. Next time. Well, the Jig and some great food. I know the Heritage Club has put in a lot of good work for this festival, so don't miss it.
And don't miss the High Country Log Show. This is the biggest thing to come to Roslyn every single year with sold-out crowds, even though it costs nothing. Except for if you want to purchase some good food or some great beer, be sure to go down there and check it out because those boys are talented. And girls, really. There was a couple girls in it last year, I believe. And don't forget the crowning of the King Cole is going to be taking place on Sunday, the Coal Miners Festival in downtown Roslyn with the Grand Parade. And I know who the King Cole is.
You do?
Yep, I do.
But it's a secret?
Yep, it's top secret. It's very, very secret, but I know who he is. There's only so many left, you know, like there really is. There's
what is it? Like
a handful of coal miners. It's like, so they announce the King Coal, and it's basically a dedication ceremony to those who have worked in the coal mine and made Roslyn what it is today. We will never forget that we were once a coal mining town with a population of a lot more.
I can't give you a straight face anymore.
And now let's go on to Civic News!
So, at the Roslyn City Council meeting, there's some exciting stuff going on, but before I get to that exciting news, Jean McDonald talked about the roof that needs to be replaced and fixed on the Roslyn Library, and then they also mentioned some tax lodging funds and all that. But moving on to the really exciting news, apparently the producers from the series Lost and the series House are coming to Roslyn because they are starting a new show and they're going to be filming it here in Roslyn, and it's all about World War II, so it should be really interesting to kind of see what they come up with. So check it out, check out this footage that we got, maybe of the producers talking about what's going to be happening with this new show.
So you're just looking at doing a pilot episode right now?
Right now it's a pilot episode.
So what would be the impacts that you would anticipate to the town itself, because there are people that live here and use it?
Yeah, I think the biggest impact is when we go to film to close down the street, try to film during the street. I think that's the biggest major impact.
How long do you think that would be?
Right now we're talking about 2 days of filming, and then we need probably 3 to 4 days just to dress up, but I think we can get away with it just closing during filming. There's some daytime exteriors, and we have some interiors, and then some night exteriors. So it's, you know, it's normal thing, 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. I think the sun gets down a little later, so we'll adjust our times to that. But
Roslyn is definitely putting the UKC on the maps when it comes to Hollywood. We are all about Hollywood here in Roslyn. You think we're humble, but we're not. We are diamonds in the rough. It's coal mining.
I was going to say, that was pretty clever.
Yes, it was. And as for Cle Elum City Council news, they canceled this week's Cle Elum City Council meeting, and that concludes Civic News. Great Kids football kicked off, and they had their first game last week. The C team crushed the competition, but the B team didn't do as well. And both my nephews, one's on the C team, one's on the B team, and they are studs.
Check out this footage.
Hi, my name is Eric Wickwire. I am one of the 5 coaches of the Upper Kittitas County Grid Kids at the 8 and 9-year-old level. Grid Kids is a tackle football program that used to exist in Upper County several years ago, but then went away. And with the energy of Chris and Tappy O'Kane, the Grid Kids program has been brought back to Upper Kittitas County. This year we've got about 50 kids who've come out at the 8, 9, and 10 and 11, I believe. And we've been doing some fitness throughout the summer. And then about 2 weeks ago, we started formal practices. We've had about a week of pretty much full contact football practice going on with these little guys. And we're finding it as a coaching staff to be pretty fascinating and humbling to teach high intensity contact sport to these young guys. I really enjoy working with the younger kids. I'm a high school social studies teacher, so for about 15 to 20 years I've been working with kids. This level of kids, I've been coaching football and baseball off and on for, let's see, just with the younger guys for the last 3 years. So, and that's the same thing with the rest of the staff that we've got. We're all just dads who are here trying to give our kids a quality experience playing sports in a small community. And that's what we found is that, you know, that if you have knowledge and you have some leadership ability and your kids like to play, you just got to come out and put your best foot forward and try to help them get a positive perspective and experience with the game.
Thank you to all the coaches who are helping out with the Grid Kids football team. It is a lot of work, and there is a lot of kids, and there's some kids out there that don't pay attention, like my nephew, Tannen, so they have their hands full, but the kids are looking good, and for not being in the league for the last couple years, I mean, they are dominating the competition, so it's awesome, and thank you to all the parents for getting their kids out there and signed up, and choose outdoor recreational activities like outdoor sports or anything that gets your kids away from video games or the tablet, because obviously that is very fun.
The tablet's fun?
Yes, the tablet is fun. It's hard to pull me away from it from time to time. If you have not yet gotten your fiber to the home appointment set up, give us a call, 649-2211. We'd be more than happy to set you up with an appointment for me or one of our great employees to go out there and connect you to the world with fiber. And we'd like to shut down tonight's episode by wishing some people a very happy birthday.
On August 28th, we have Chris Brown, Thane Pranther, and Patrick Brown.
And on the 29th, we have Ron Dolly and Joe Alva.
And on the 30th, we have Joey Lashua. Happy birthday.
On the 31st, we have Tanner Swanson, Gayla Barton, and Antonio Lopez.
And on September 1st, kicking off the first of the month, we have Ruger Thomas and Matthew Baugh. Happy birthday.
And on the 2nd, we have Bree Willett and Eddie Von Bouchot.
September 3rd, we have Olivia Heber and Amy Gutsteck. Happy birthday.
And that concludes tonight's news. One local boy and one local girl shooting
some local news.
There you go. Shooting some news for you this week. So give us a call, 649-2211, if you have any news for us. And if not, we'll see you next week. Seth, what's up?
I did not know Dan Cook, but he seems like Norm.
Obviously,
Dan
yeah.
I wrote that in too.
You obviously did not know.
No, obviously.
Cheddar bunnies. I've never even heard of this. The viewers have been trying.
Sorry.
No, Norm Cook is not only known for Norm Cook.
I 30th. This is put on by the Heritage Club and will be at the Stone House. So make sure you guys check it out. It's from I don't know.
Eddie Van Bouchen. No, that's not. Von Boucher? Von Boucher?
Bouchot? Von
Bouchot? Von Bouchot.
I'm glad you're saying it, not me.
Eddie Von Bouchot.
September 3rd, we have Olivia Hebert and Amy. God, what is it with these names? Gutsky. How do you pronounce it?
It's Goostek.
So that's all I got to say. Goodbye. See you later.
All right.
Do you like the farmer do the sweet potato? Plant you now and dig you later.